my friends, there are so many ways how you can throw no spin technique, and today I will show you all of them I know. So let's get started. The first one maybe that we can try is the no spin with a handshake grip. For all these techniques I will tell you, like, is it good or is it bad, you know, the advantages and disadvantages. So this one, like I said, you are holding like this without the index finger. And everything, all of these no spin technique that are without the index finger are pretty difficult to handle. So this one I don't recommend too much for the beginners, but if you want, you can try it. You are squeezing with your thumb and with your hand. And the classic mistake for this one, that you will open your hand too soon, all right? So it's something like this. Start very close, aiming and release. Like this, don't open the hand. Split in the target and like this. It's pretty easy from short distances, but disadvantage for this one, it's very difficult to do it from further, like 4 or 5 meters. You will struggle a lot. Maybe I can show you one example. It's super difficult all the way up here. Ugh! You see the knife will over rotate, so from the beginning I recommend like a 2 meters, maximum like a 3 for this one. You see, if you will go 4 or 5, you will have really hard time with this one. So this is the first, like I said, you can call this the handshake grip no spin, all right? So this is the first one. After we can switch on the very similar one, and this one it's more like for the combat purposes and is with the thumb grip. This one it's much better in my opinion compared to the previous one. So the same grip, but this time you will put the thumb on the spine, all right? After, you can do it totally same. Again, don't open the hand right away and start close and small step back. Compared to the previous one, it's so much easier now to guide a knife with your thumb. So in theory, even further should be possible, but it's still very difficult. Again, don't recommend it too much for the beginners. You see, again, 5 meters would be already difficult, but still possible to get further. But this technique, the main advantage of course is that you are pulling your knife out of the sheath and you don't have to switch like for the index finger, because it's more natural. Of course, you are pulling the knife like this, right? So this is a natural movement of the hand, and after you can follow up, all right? That's why it's called like it's a combat grip. Also, when you are in duel, you're not most likely be holding the knife like this. Not so comfortable. So you are having the thumb, you know, you are in the combat, bam! So you don't have to switch for the index finger. So this is like a theory, but like I said, doesn't work so well from the longer distances, all right? So this is the thumb grip. After, we can switch on the more classic one. This is absolutely perfect. It's mainly for the classic Shuriken, maybe you already know, right? It's the Shuriken Jutsu grip. There are of course many variations, but in general, this time you are controlling your knife or whatever you will throw it with your whole palm. You are not brushing with a thumb or hand. You are like all like this, you know, brushing with like this, with the middle fingers, basically with the palm. All right. So in this case, again, aiming and let it slide. Really amazing technique that you can try if you are trying to develop like a more traditional way. So this is not just practical, but also proven by the history that this technique works, and you can throw it so much further, 18 meters, 16 meters. But like I said, it's mainly for the Shuriken. But if some of you will try to find this grip interesting, maybe you can practice it more and you will be able to get much further, you know. But like I said, it's for the bow shuriken mainly, so you will maybe also find some disadvantages past 6-7 meters. All right, next technique you were able to see in the intro, and there was with a no reload. With no reload, of course, you can mix it up, many techniques, but my favorite, of course, is with a no spin. So if you don't know how to do no reload, no spin, I will show you at least with one knife. So it's like this. You basically stack it, close it again, and after you can do it in several ways. Like this only. You can even put the index finger on the spine. You can do it like flat, or you can turn it like this. Again, you have to figure it out what works for you. And with a 3, you will just add another one. And after, it's very easy, just releasing one by one. Again, disadvantage of this technique for the beginners, it's mainly for the short distances, but if you will be training step back drill, you will be able to achieve even longer distances with this technique. All right, but again, if you are a complete beginner, so much better to start with just 2. All right, also less dangerous. With all of these short distances, you have to keep in mind some rebounds can happen right away, and it's very difficult to dodge right after. All right, now we can try some not so traditional ways how to throw no spin. This one, it's called Laoshi-Wu. Laoshi-Wu, you will hold it basically like this on the balance point, and you will just throw the knife like a spear. Like a spear, totally, like this. Boom. I mean, basically like a dart, right? There you go. Just totally flat, holding between the index finger and the thumb. All right. The second technique is very similar, and this called dart throw, dart knife. My friend Rafkat is doing this one. He also have the special throwing knives for this. I didn't took it today, but you are able to do it with any knife actually, guys. You can do it with steel or with a Glock. With a Glock it's maybe easier, I will show you after, but it's very easy. So you have to hold it like this. This is your trigger with the index. The middle it's under, and thumb from the side. And the index finger have to do some kind of like a bullet spin, you know. And it's again so much better to start very close. Not good sticks. I have to really practice with this one. For both of these, the disadvantage is it's very specific. You have to practice these techniques compared to the other one. You will just switch the index finger or thumb. These are a little bit different, and for me, I still struggle with longer distances. So let's make a good one. There you go. That was really good throw. Nice. One more, come on. 2 of them, I take it. All right, so there was the dart throw, and most important, I would say by the end, is to figure it out your own hybrid grip, because there are so many of them out there. You know, you can hold your knife like totally on the bottom, like a feeding style, you know, basically where you are just pulling the knife. You can also throw like a Ralph Thorne, which reminds more like a baseball throw. This is more like of my style, you know, he was standing like this. Basically throw it like a ball, like a baseball. You know, this technique, it's absolutely powerful. I would just like to give big shout out to Ralph Thorne, because like he is the original combat knife thrower who was... Whoa, are you okay, guys? The camera just fell. So as I was mentioned, big shout out to Ralph Thorne, original combat knife thrower in USA. He was showing all of these amazing tutorials how to throw the combat techniques. So if you still haven't seen the Ralph, be sure to check him out. For the Scamp, also you can take lessons by daughter of Yuri Fedin, Olga. So you can check it out, the original original scam throwing, and of course there's like a nail ahmadu, you know, this is like a more parallel feet, very relaxed throwing, mostly using like a upper body. The beam style very similar, so you can get the idea that around the world, you know, the Japan, Russia, USA, you have multiple styles, so you never can say like, oh, this is the one, this is the best one. You have to figure it out your own style that it's working best for you, and after you can create your own hybrid, you know. So by the end of the video, I just want to show you like, this is my old grip, index finger on the spine, middle finger right here, close it. The other ones I am sliding on the short distances and pushing on the further ones, you know. For the longer distances, it definitely takes a lot of time, but be sure to check out the next week. I will show you like a little secret that you can throw from so much further, all right? But that's gonna be for the next week. And guys, if you appreciate these tips, help me to smash the like button, beat the algorithm. You can comment whatever you want. And if you really want to support the channel, there's going to be a link for these Top Dog throwing knives, all right? But for today, that's it. And also, let me know in the comment section below which of these ways is your favorite, all right? So, thank you everybody for watching. Share, like, comment, subscribe, and see you next time.